Hello, you are on the Heart of Success show, and I'm your host, Larissa Vakulina. Happy Wednesday. Here on this show, we talk about success, not only success in a conservative, traditional way of definition of success, but here we redefining success and we're looking at all areas of our life and how can we be successful in our relationship to ourselves, in the relationship to others, in relationship to our children. How can we be successful in choosing our career path? How can we be happy and joyful, creating our life the way we want? So today, I want to talk about inner stillness. So for so long, humanity was ignoring this important aspect of our ability to be able to gather information and answers within ourselves. So we kind of ignored that capacity that is given to us through that natural birthright to be able to navigate our life with this inner navigation system. And it was ignored hugely. It was ignored in all areas of our life. So we kind of allow our mind to be very active and chatter and all emotional chattering and the busyness, the scattering and fragmentation of our mental and emotional states really is blocking our inner stillness. So how many times we ask ourselves or teach our children to get still and listen up for something important that want to be said. So this is very, very important questions. I don't think we often ask ourselves about it. But we still instinctively, we know that stillness is a key. It plays a key role in the quality and depth of our hearing ability. All our stress comes by created by the lack of ability to quiet our mind and emotions so that we can listen deeper ourselves and also so that we can listen our own inner voice of clearer reasoning, right? So a quieter mind is something that many of us are longing. We kind of instinctively would like to have that quiet space where we can at least to start to ground ourselves. And I can share with you my own experience of how I used to be so much doing, and I used to be so much of the thought process and that scattering thought process from jumping from one task to another, from the demands, from all of the plans and goals that we set up with ourselves, and so that we would like to achieve all of this. And I remember that time when I was so exhausted with this scattered, very highly vibrational thought process, that I noticed that I couldn't even make a decision. I couldn't see clear what is happening within myself, and also how I can manage and navigate my life. So I remember the time. I'll thank you guys to be here, MJ here, and someone here as well. So thank you so much for joining me and sharing with me. And I would like you to share with me what you think about that inner stillness. So I remember the time I was so exhausted. I was basically, literally, I was stuck, and I was in the corner. I didn't know what to do. And I think on one of my shows, I described it, that I really had this longing to do something with this, and I didn't know. But then it was like magical synchronicity, as we know, happening in our lives, that we sometimes have some sort of message coming to us, or we see something, or we meet something, someone tell a little sentence or whatever, and it just hits us. So that was with me when I actually was somewhere, and I looked at the magazine. One magazine was open, and there was a very large written meditation, something about meditation, and it stick to my visual senses and into my heart that probably is my way. And I know a lot of people thinking that meditation is some kind of practice that needs to be learned for a long time, and there's some kind of destination that needs to be achieved by meditating. So I'm telling you guys, this is nothing like that. Meditation and inner stillness is something that we have natural ability to achieve very quickly. So at that time, what I was doing, I was basically just quiet myself, sitting. And for 10 minutes, my life was completely changed. That's how quickly we can actually stop our chatter, stop that scattering of our mind and our thoughts and our emotions. That quickly we can connect to our heart center and align with that heart energy. That this is really gives us ability to start to ask questions, our heart about about how I can achieve the clarity, and how I can receive answer and a guidance and resolutions and solutions by asking your heart at that moment. And that is the practice that is so simple and is so quick, that can help you and assist you on daily basis. Basically, just stay connected to that place. But it is requires a little bit of practice. As anything valuable, we need to know that we need to practice these things, right? So how to achieve more inner stillness. So first, I would like to tell you that you need to know that the main benefit of the stillness is that we can more deeply connect it to our heart intuitive guidance. So that when we connected to that heart intuitive guidance, we better we build better discernment, better and more constructive choices and decisions. So when we talk about practicing the inner stillness, so I can share with you a few steps of a very, very effective inner stillness exercise that you can start to implement on your daily life. It's like that morning routine, that when you start your day with this exercise and start to be disciplined to do it every day, very quickly, eventually you will start to build that intuitive capacity, that ability to hear yourself on a deeper level. And then you can start to implement that not only in the morning, you can start to implement it during the day. So the first step is that imagine that stillness is a place within yourself that is not overrun by your mind or your emotions. So as you breathe quietly, imagine your breathing washing off and slowing down the speed of your mental and emotional chatter, right? If thoughts come up, well, don't really go or push against them. Just stay with it and don't care that your mind is disrupts you. It will improve with practice and patience, right? So the second step is like, as you feel the energy, calming you, and you softly can start to really feel yourself and just start to fill yourself up with love and peace. Your inner environment can then really quickly connect to the energy of your heart. And then when you feel that way, when you connect it, when you feel peace, when you feel that the energy of your cluttering and all of this fragmentation start to calm down, well, this is the time for you to start to ask your heart questions about guidance, about answers, about resolutions of the issues that you experiencing right now, right? So and then you can just stay in this state for some time and remember that state, because this state is really important for you to have as a reference point, because the more we practice that breathing within ourselves, that filling in our inner environment with that love and peace, the more we have the reference of how we can quickly get ourselves back into that time, right? So and I know, like, I practice and teach my grandchildren to sit in that space, and I know that if 3-year-old child can sit 3 or 5 minutes in that deep quietness, closing the eyes and going inside, well, then any adult can do that. There's nothing complicated about it, or nothing really, higher effort. There's nothing requires from you to go into that space. A space only a little bit of time, your intention and discipline to do it on a regular basis, right? Because our minds are so trained to grab any free space that we have, right? We know that we need to, by our will, to actually make that turning point in terms of, okay, I'm now going to have my quiet stillness, my time that I go within myself, and that I am gonna to do it. So no matter what. So because the mind is always stepping in and try to steal any of your free space, right? Or available space within yourself. So I talk about the second step is like fill in yourself with love and peace. And this is the way you connect it with your heart energy. So step 3 is by maintaining that state of calmness, ask the question and answer will come. I practice this all the time, especially when I don't have clarity, especially when I am feeling foggy in my mind, when I'm feeling that I basically stuck in something, and that's what I do. But I practice my setting intention and stillness every day for 5 minutes. So this is become a second nature for me to be able to keep that stillness. And if I feel that somehow, sometime, I'm out of my center and I'm out with this, very highly negatively running thought process or emotions, I have that very strong reference point to take me back into that stillness point. I'm seeing MJ. You have communication with me here. The inner stillness all allows you to be present and conscious. Absolutely, because it allows us to be connected to that most reliable navigation system there is. That's the point here. And I think our society and people individually and collectively underestimating the power of that state. And to get to that state doesn't require a lot of training or anything that we feel like we don't have time for it. So, and also casually, when you have built that that state and the place of reference, then through the day you can refocus and get yourself and breathe in love and peace again into your inner landscape. Even during important meeting, when you are faced with some sort of decision or choice during the meeting, you can do that by just breathing in that love, that peace that can immediately connect you to your heart, and that will give you that space, that availability of the space that can really assist you in that moment to make that right constructive decision. I know how hard and difficult it is right now for people to actually even stay within center, stay grounded, because everything that happening right now, that wobbliness, that scattering, that fear, that field, that is really not supporting us, but really basically just making us stressful, making us out of center, making all of these decisions impulsively based on not constructive information, or based on lack of information, based on that fearful place that we allow ourselves to be in. And this is so important for us to actually learn these first steps, and this can then help you to build a resilience, to build that emotional stability, to build this sense of being one with yourself, with your navigation system. That will build a much deeper and stronger ability to discern what is in front of you and how you actually taking it in, or you build the boundary not to take that in, and how that is resonating or not resonating with you. So practicing and starting your day with this simple exercise, with these 4 steps that I named, can really effectively help you. It is very highly effective practice and energy saving practice that can help you to listen your heart feelings, and can help you to sense during the day the better choices, the better decisions, the better way that you can take to really benefit yourself. So for the last few days, I felt really not with myself. I was out of the center, because I feel that there is a lot of very distortive energies around us right now, and I know that this is not really my own inner issues that I am dealing with, because there's not really many issues, or none, for me to feel that way. And I know this is the outside forces or outside energy that is affecting us on daily basis. So we also, when we learn how to connect to our heart energy, how to start to sense the answers that our heart is sending to us, we basically can discern then better if this is our issue, or this is the issue of someone else, or the collective distorted energy and messages that is around us. So we can make this very, very clear choices and discernment, and that really helps us to stay with this very powerful state of mind, the inner stillness. And right now it is a revolutionary act that we can start to implement in our daily life, in our businesses. It is so important in our family lives, in our relationships with ourselves and others. So the revolutionary act of inner stillness is really right now needs to be taught at school, needs to be taught at any sort of group gathering, or in business schools, you know. Um, so that's all I wanted to tell you today, and I really wish you start to give yourself a little bit of time, 3-5 minutes a day, to start to practice that, and then you can start to implement it anytime. Once you have that point of reference, you can get there anytime you want. Well, I got that reference back about 17 years ago. In 10 minutes, my life changed because I connected deeply to my heart, and I basically rewired, like this rewiring and reprogramming, realignment happening in 10 minutes in my body, in my energy system, that helped me to go through whatever I was facing back then. It was really serious problems and issues with running business and managing people and being with myself. So I really, really encourage you and invite you to start to pay attention to that inner stillness place that we all have within ourselves. So I would like to say goodbye to you today. I will come back to you next week, again at 2 o'clock South Australian time. And right now I'll put a little bit of music, and I love you very much. I want you to start to understand that happiness, fulfillment, and joyfulness is achievable at any given time within ourselves. Thank you. Bye bye.